Certainly the finish on the Superb was absolutely amazing, but I wanted Mark to show me how the electronic park assist could help drivers park their Skoda Superb in the narrowest of spaces.
Okay, Shane, so the first thing we're going to do is get out of the parking space we're presently in, and when we come back around towards the vehicles, I want you to pay attention to this screen firstly, because this screen here will identify that there's a gap on a sufficient parking space. And then as we start to maneuver into the parking area, you'll also need to look at the onboard display here, which presently I've got my in park gear here, but it's presently identifying how close I am to the vehicle behind as well as the vehicle in front. And we can see by means of the gap that there's a bit of space in the front, but the orange area lit up here is highlighting that we're close to the vehicle behind us.
So we're fairly well parked at the moment.
Absolutely, it is a tight space as I said earlier on, but first of all, as I say, just pay attention to the screen here and the fact that I am going to use the park assist button when I made the decision that I want to find a parking space. So you're going to hear a few bips now in a moment as we come out of this area first and foremost. Ooh, we'll go forward.
If we want this clip to go viral, Mark, you're going to have to crash the car as we try to get out of it.
That I won't do. I'd be a foolish man if I did, given the amount of sensors and the auditory aspect of it and also the visual aspect of it here. Anyway, now we'll drive around here and go back up, and I have to take a run. Now in a few moments I'm going to be coming from the right hand side, so in this particular instance I'm going to have to activate the indicator to show that I'm looking for a space on the right hand side. I'll explain that more clearly now in a second as we go back around. So forgive us if you will, we'll just reverse here and drive back around. Typically, because we're driving on the left hand side of the road, typically it would be looking for a parking space on the left, but in this particular instance I'm coming in on the right hand side and looking for a parking space on the right. So if you note, I'm now going to push the park assist button and then revert back up here onto the screen. So park assist, it's looking for a space on the left hand side, but when I activate the indicator it'll flick to the right hand side, showing me the parking bays there highlighted there. Now forgive me, I'm coming around here, I need to straighten my wheel, looking for a vehicle on the right, looking for space rather on the right hand side. The arrow is presently telling me to go forward, or rather it was, and it's now telling me to select reverse gear. So in this case, I select reverse gear as instructed. It's telling me steering intervention active. So in other words, now the vehicle is going to steer itself. This is the park assist working by itself. And the screen here has come up showing me the maneuverability of the vehicle in terms of how close we are to the vehicle front and rear. So I'll say nothing from here on in, because primarily you're going to hear the parking sensors detecting the vehicle's front and rear, and I'd like you to pan from the left hand screen up to the instructions that I'm receiving here on the right hand screen. Stay on the dash up here for the moment if you will, Shane.
Okay.
And watch the steering wheel, hands free.
I'd say it takes a bit of getting used to, Mark, to give the confidence to let go of the steering wheel.
Well, the vehicle can absolutely do it, there's no question of it, and the technology is absolutely first class. Now, the beeps are getting faster, and the orange indicator there is telling me that we're close to the vehicle behind. It's hard to see, but on the dashboard, the park assist is now instructing me with a flashing arrow to go forward, to select drive forward gear. I'm allowing it to turn itself firstly because this is such a tight space. We're going forward, me only controlling the brake. It's now telling me to reverse, and the accelerator pedal are the only controls I use. So I'm turning it there again. Finally forward, and that should be it first. Let it steer that last bit in itself. Selecting forward. And that's it. If you look on the steering wheel there, it says steering intervention finished, please take over steering, and we have plenty of space either side. Now, as I said, that is most impressive given the fact that this is a very tight space and quite a long and indeed spacious vehicle as well. So come out once again and we'll have a look and see how neat and snug that is. Protects the bodywork, protects, as you rightly said earlier on, the residual value of the vehicle, and it just makes parking absolutely effortless. Goodness only knows where technology is going to go in the future, because this is really, really a tremendous feature in every respect.